Welcome to HWM Aston Martin. My name is Stuart and I'm excited to bring to you this 2005 on a 55 plate DB9 Volante. This car is an 05 model year. We'll run you through the differences on those shortly, but this car, we wouldn't ordinarily see something like this. This is a one owner from new, finished in Ferrari Grigio Titanium, just under 40,000 miles with a really sensible service history. Not necessarily all Aston Martin, but we have a very good service history nevertheless. When DB9 was introduced, there really wasn't much you could do option-wise. It was fresh to the market, and at that point, DB9 was a bit of a game-changing vehicle. Obviously, times have moved on, but if you are looking for something that I still think looks super pretty on the road, and you just want to enjoy the experience of owning an Aston, but you don't necessarily want to spend a lot of money, this would be ideal for you. So we do have a 6-litre V12 in DB9. It was the remodeled V12 that they had in DB7 Vantage. Overall on this vehicle, condition-wise, there's a couple of bits and pieces. It is 20 years old, but it has got original PPF on the front of the vehicle. This will probably need removing at some point, but actually it has protected that vehicle from any sort of stone chips and marks and that sort of thing. This particular car doesn't have front parking sensors, so again on DB9's front parking sensors were an option, but they were a bit later on in its life, I think around sort of 06, 07 model year. On this particular car, it doesn't have any front sensors, but we do have rear parking sensors on this vehicle. Being an 05 model year as well, you have the earlier style wheels, so you can probably see a lot of DB9s in the marketplace have the thin multi-spoke wheels. This has just got the standard wheel that you would see maybe on, say, the original Top Gear video or some of the very early cars. But again, these are in lovely order, and we then also have the grey brake calipers behind, which were a standard fitment at that particular time. The hood on this car is blue, so Atlantic blue hood, which will go nicely with the bodywork and also the interior. We'll run you through the interior shortly. We have a full Caspian blue interior, which is pretty commonplace for an early DB9. A lot of the colourways sort of stemmed through from the earlier sort of Vanquishes and DB7s, and people sort of took those through into the newer model at that time, which is DB9. Red rear lights, there was no option, but you can upgrade that through our parts department if you want to get a clear rear light kit. Personally, for me, being an early car, I'd want to keep it OEM and have these still in red. Boot space wise for DB9, again, if you've seen some of our videos, pretty spacious for the age and size of the vehicle. You do get a wind deflector. That was optional on DB9 at that particular time. But as you can see, as we've sort of gone around the vehicle, it is in lovely order. There's a few bits that we need to do to the vehicle to bring it back up to spec, but ordinarily we wouldn't roll again with something like this unless we thought it was a really, really nice car. But as I say, if you're looking for that sort of low mileage, under 40,000 miles, one owner from new, DB9 Volante, this would be absolutely ideal for you. So being a 2005 model year, we have the older style, what I would class as the square seat car. These were Recaro seats that were supplied to Aston. They changed those in 07 model year, where you get the slightly rounder seat with the hole in the headrest. But either way, these are a great seat, particularly for this sort of age of vehicle, still offer a very good level of comfort. Spec wise, so we have premium audio in these, again for DB9 in and around this sort of age. Premium audio was standard, and then we have the burr walnut dash on the top of your head unit. So things like memory seats and those sort of things, they were optional, but again, they didn't come in sort of until a bit later on in DB9's life. But we do have lumbar support, and we also have heated seats. There is no Bluetooth on this car for your telephone, but that is something that we can add in again as an accessory if you wish. Full Caspian blue interior. Again, as I was saying earlier, this is the sort of thing that you would see. And we also have a fine contrast stitch on this car. So in DB9's early years, you could have a fine stitch or a coarse stitch, depending on the type of leather and the interior colour, depends on whether you've got a coarse stitch or a fine. On DB9 it was a fine stitch, and this is finished in silver. But if you want further details on this car, do give us a call here at the showroom, or you can visit our website, which is hwmastonmartin.co.uk.